Good morning, Gems Metropole. Happy New Year and welcome back. We are going to have an incredible 2026 this year. It's going to be an amazing year for all things physical education and Mustang sport. So today I've got with me a new face to the Gems Metropole P team. We'll introduce them a little bit later. Just a few little things to look forward to starting this year off. We are about to enter our DASA Cup run. So really exciting few weeks ahead of us for all of our footballers, boys and girls at the school as we enter the DASA Cup. Also, we have the Dubai School Games finals, which we are very, very happy to say that from the preliminary qualification rounds in November of last year, every single Metropole team made it through to the finals. So an amazing accomplishment by all our footballers. There are 8 teams that's representing all of Dubai from the Dubai School Games. There were over 40 schools that have taken part across every age group, and Gems Metropole has made it into the top 8. So a huge congratulations, and what we're hoping to see is in the next few weeks that we bring some of those trophies home, which will be absolutely fantastic. So what I will say is to our year 11, 12 and 13 students that are about to undertake their examinations in the next 2 weeks, please make sure that you are super organized, that you are speaking to your teachers, and that we are learning to balance our responsibilities as a student athlete. And what I mean by that is the understanding that you are going to have to be able to do 2 things at once. You are going to have to train, and you are going to have to perform in sport and also be ready to sit exams. It's really important that you are able to balance the 2, because whatever you move into life, be that a athlete in a university or into professional sport or any other form of sport, there is going to be a requirement of you to be able to balance your life with your sport. So this is a real good opportunity for you to practice that, to make sure that you are as prepared as you can be for these exams, but at the same time that you are having that downtime and you are competing for the school, because it's important that we're able to balance and juggle those 2 things at the same time. And it's a great opportunity in the next 2 weeks for you guys to practice that. I know that Mr. Sharp is going to be meeting all of the footballers at some point this week to talk to you about that. So a massive, massive, massive well done to all of our football teams for making it into all of those finals. Obviously, term 2 is a big term for us for athletics, and I know that Miss Walker has got the secondary athletics team ready to go. There is a huge number of students that have made it into the Dubai School Games athletics finals at the end of the month. So again, massive congratulations to all those athletes. Miss Walker will be notifying you who she'll be taking for that. Primary athletic trials, they start tonight and they run till Thursday, so Tuesday after school and Thursday after school. Please make sure you are in attendance. We've had over 280 students sign up for those athletics trials, which shows how hungry people are to take part in those. But we need to make sure that when we arrive, we are on time and we give it our absolute best in those trials as well. On Saturday, that also marks the first round 1 of the UAE Wrestling Federation's Schools Cup, and we have a small team that will be taking part in that, and I believe we are hosting it at Metropole. So again, very, very excited. There are some super, super cool things going on at the school in the next month, and in February, beginning of February, we will have our active and our future school sports days. They are going to take place just before Ramadan in February. So I'll give you more information about that in the coming weeks, but they're just some things to look forward to. So a little bit less of my voice now, and I'll welcome the gentleman sat to my left hand side, whose name is Mr. Ambrose. You will see him is a new teacher that we've welcomed into the Metropole community, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself and just answer some questions. If you see him around school, make sure you say hi. And yeah, we'll start off. So, Mr. Ambrose, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for joining our wonderful community, sir. Could you first of all tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your background?
Yeah, so I've been working in schools now in the UK for about 5 years. This will be my 6th, my first time abroad, working in Dubai. So really looking forward to it. From Aberdeen in Scotland. Originally, thankfully, I've dodged the accent. Otherwise, this would be a bit of a waste of everybody's time because no one would have a clue what I'd be talking about. But yeah, just looking forward to getting going.
Yeah, I know that Miss McKechnie and Miss Walker are very happy to have a fellow Scot in the team, which is fantastic. We are a diverse bunch in the PE team, representing all the areas of the UK, which is fantastic, and outside of that as well for some people that are not affiliated with the UK. But we are obviously very happy to welcome you. And can you tell us a little bit about your background in sports and what areas that you like to focus on?
Yeah, so growing up, I was a bit of an all-rounder. You know, football, rugby, and cricket were always my big three sort of sports. But I was also a sailor at national level growing up, where in Oman, so not a million miles from here. So I managed to get a nationals out there back, would have been a long time ago now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just gone from sort of playing into coaching and then eventually into teaching, and here we are.
Awesome. I know that Mr. Jackson, our head of cricket, will be very, very happy to welcome you and support into that cricket this term, because our cricketers did phenomenally well last term. Actually, our under-15 cricketers were the Dubai School Games runners-up for hardball cricket, which was fantastic last term. Something that Mr. Jackson didn't expect, but our boys went really well. So we'll be looking forward to your expertise with those young men as well, which is fantastic to hear. So what you've been here now? I mean, you've been in Dubai probably less than a week, but obviously it's your first experience of working in the international setting. You were previously at the private setting in Scotland. Can you just talk to us about what's impressed you the most about Gems Metropole in the last sort of day and a half you've been in?
So obviously it was the first day in the school yesterday, and when I got my tour around the school, I mean, the facilities are just, off the chart. It's some of the best stuff, at least I've ever seen, that you'd expect to see in a professional sporting outfit. And when you realise you're in a school, you're like, wow.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we do take that for granted a little bit. I know that I do sometimes, is that, you just get consumed with what's the next thing, how can we improve things, and sometimes we don't stand back to reflect on what we actually have and the quality of what's been built here. So sometimes it's really nice to get that outside perspective on, wow, this is really good. I mean, we don't have the rolling grass pitches of your previous school, but not many schools in Dubai do have that. But what we do have is absolute top quality. So thank you for noticing that, and I'm excited to see you using those facilities for some of our young people, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to having a go on them as well myself when I get the chance. But yeah, it just makes our job as teachers so much easier, so much better. The quality of what we do just goes up a notch.
Yeah.
With that stuff at our disposal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to using it.
Awesome, fantastic. I think the sort of final sort of piece will be from me to ask you is what are you looking forward to the most about your time as coming into a Gems Metropole?
I mean, learning from all the other amazing teachers that are already here is going to be an amazing thing. But also I just want to get stuck in, with all the sport that I can. Being a sports person myself, I'm looking forward to getting involved in the cricket, rugby as well, football. The school's football team seems to win a great deal of things. When I was looking up the school before I arrived, so to try and add that, if I can, would be pretty cool. Awesome,
good stuff. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We will wrap that up there. The final thing to say really is that in the next few weeks there's going to be some really big announcements coming out from the school with regards to what the school has achieved in the last few months, and some recognitions that come into play. So please, everyone, keep your eyes peeled for those things. The Mustang ECA timetable will be going live as of today, and your teachers will be emailing your parents with your updated training times, because that is going to start full force next week. Just please be aware that due to exams there will be a little bit of a slow start to some of the basketball, but again, basketball is a term 3 sport, so that's not the worst thing in the world, because you'll get all your training at the end of term 2 ready to hit the ground running in term 3 as well. But the big one is strength and conditioning. Mr. Clark expects you up in the gym in the morning and after school, because you've got your first round of testing next week to see either how much you improved over the break or how much you have regressed, and how high that hill is that we've got to climb, ready to get to the levels we were at the end of term 1, to get ourselves game ready to go. And making sure that you are communicating with your coaches, that you are turning up to your training sessions, and that we are hitting the ground running, ready for the knockout stages of what we're about to enter. Because remember, if you lose, you're out. So it's really, really important at this stage. We're out of the league now. We're in the knockout stages, that it's important that every single game we are at 100% and we have maximum availability for all those games as well. So it's goodbye from me. Mr. Ambrose, thank you very much for coming in. We're looking forward to seeing you in action. Look forward to those emails this week, and have a wonderful week, Gems Metropole. See you later.